Look who. What? It's true. Yeah, I might be sleepy. But I'm sleepy. What? Uh-uh. Destiny? Wow. Yeah. They need to add the original names. Dolphin. Oh, God. Yeah, the Ron plus Nico. It was neat. It was, girl, girl. That was neat. Didn't we get Granny one? Yeah, cause she was a portrayal. She was a what you call it? Like me thing. Pepsi. I don't like I don't we don't I know we don't like chicken. Hello? 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 Can you hear me? Yeah, okay. One more. But if you can't hear me, then no problem. Bye. So I can't stand phone calls. Especially, you know. Okay. Your blood is nothing. I'll tell you right.
Guests,
Where my
may I have your
grappling at?
attention, please. This announcement is to inform you that the vessel is now cleared by local customs and border protection for those guests with all remaining luggage tags. You are kindly invited to disembark the ship at this time via the gangway located on deck 3, midship. Please have your key to the world card out and ready to be swiped off the ship. Once inside the terminal building, you may be required to provide a proof of citizenship for the inspection by customs and border protection. Please do not forget to drop off your comment cards in the boxes provided next to the gangway and outside each of the respective restaurants. Be advised that no fresh fruits, vegetables, plant materials, meat or animal products may be brought off the ship. If you have any of these items, please discard them in the amnesty bins as you disembark. Once again, all guests with all remaining luggage tags are now cleared to disembark via the gangway located on deck 3, midship. Thank you for sailing with us on board this vessel, and we hope to see you soon. Attention all guests and crew, may I have your attention please? At this time, the vessel has started embarkation procedures. The first few boarding groups may proceed to the gangway at this time. Again, the vessel has begun boarding. The first several boarding groups may now board the ship at this time. Your party's key to the world cards will be outside your stateroom. Thanks for your attention. Attention all guests and crew, this is the final boarding call for all remaining boarding groups. You are invited to proceed to the gangway at this time. Once again, this is the final boarding call for this vessel. May I have your attention please? This is the officer speaking from the bridge. The vessel has begun refueling operations. At this time we request that there be no open lights, flames or smoking. And discontinue the use of mobile phones and electronic devices on the open decks. All guests, crew and technical personnel are prohibited from using stateroom verandas or throwing any items overboard. As a reminder for our contractors, port operations must halt during refueling. Once again, the vessel has begun refueling operations. Therefore, we request for the safety of those on board that there be no open lights, flames or smoking. And discontinue the use of mobile phones and electronic devices on the open decks. Do not use stateroom verandas, and all hot white operations are now prohibited. Thank you for your attention. May I have your attention please? This is the officer of the watch speaking from the bridge. The vessel has finished refueling operations. At this time you may resume open lights and flames. The use of mobile phones and electronic devices on the open decks is now permitted. All guests, crew and technical personnel are permitted to use stateroom verandas. As a reminder for our contractors, port operations may now resume. Once again, the vessel has completed refueling operations. Therefore, open lights and flames may now resume. And the use of mobile phones and electronic devices on the open decks is now permitted. You may use stateroom verandas, and all hot white operations are now permitted. Thank you for your attention. May I have your attention please? At the conclusion of this announcement, the general alarm will be sounded. Accompanied by the sounding of the alarms. This will mark the start of today's safety briefing, and please pay close attention to the information provided. At this time, we ask that all crew members working in guest areas suspend services and stay in. We ask that all. If you happen to be in a location where the video is listen. Most, if not all of you will have been to your designated assembly station and checked in. However, if you have not visited your assembly station, we suggest that you make your way there now and check in immediately. Please take time to view the safety video that is now available to watch on your stateroom television. This video will demonstrate the proper method for donning your life jacket, as well as supplying general safety tips to follow while on board. The general alarm signal will be given at the beginning of the safety briefing, which consists of an alarm. When the alarm is sounded, please remain in place. You are not required to wear or collect your life jacket. We ask that all remaining members of your party pay close attention to the information provided in the briefing, which is mandatory. If children in your party are checked in youth activities programming, they will remain in our care, and there is no need to pick them up. Crew members will be stationed throughout the ship should you have any additional questions. Please note that all crew services will be suspended during the safety briefing. While walking around the vessel, we ask that you take caution of slippery decks, especially around pool areas. Also be aware of raised sills and steps as you're passing through doors, especially in staterooms. Your stateroom door is designed to close automatically. Special care should be taken to keep fingers clear of the closing edge, to make certain the door latches properly. We also ask that you use handrails while walking through passageways and using stairways. For the continued comfort and safety of all our guests, we ask that all guests refrain from loud conversation and gatherings in the stairways and corridors, and to also refrain from sitting on the staircases because the stairs are evacuation routes, and must be clear at all times. Once again, the mandatory guest safety briefing will begin shortly. Thank you for your attention. All visitors, vendors and shore personnel who are not sailing with this vessel should disembark at this time. Attention all guests, this vessel's mandatory safety briefing has begun. We ask that you remain where you are for the duration of this briefing. The purpose of this briefing is to provide instruction to familiarize you with our emergency one long blast of the ship's whistle, accompanied by the sounding of the alarms. When you hear this signal, go immediately to your stateroom. Put on warm clothing and comfortable shoes and take all medication with you, and don your life jacket. In the event of a real emergency, please pick up your children from youth activity programming. Please bring your key to the world card, and follow the signs and directions of the designated crew to your assembly station. The vessel's smoke detection system is linked to all stateroom phones. In the event that the smoke detector in a stateroom is activated, the system will automatically cause the stateroom phone to ring as an awareness alarm. Shortly after the activation of the stateroom smoke detector, the bridge officer will be calling the stateroom to check on the status of all of the guests in the room. The vessel also had audible alarms installed in its corridors outside guest staterooms. Upon hearing one or more of these alarms, please leave the area and notify the nearest crew member or call guest services. Your help in responding to one of these alarms will add to the safety of our guests, crew, and ship. If you smell smoke, or discover a fire, press one of the red fire alarm call point buttons around the ship. This warns the bridge so that immediate action can be taken. In the event of a fire, and during drills, fireproof doors may block your route. Although these doors are heavy, they may be opened by hand and will close automatically behind you. The vessel is equipped with low-level emergency lighting, which is installed in the floors of corridors to help guide you to the exits. It is important that you do not use the elevators in an emergency, because you could become trapped in the event of a power failure. There are other signals that do not directly affect guests. These signals may also be heard during the cruise. Notice of these drills by ship. 3 long whistle is the signal of man overboard. If you see anyone fall over the ship's side, you should throw a life or anything else that will float over the side, that man overboard. Then, hold the life jacket in front of you, and pull apart the opening for your head for easy access. Next, put your head through the opening, and then pull the strap behind your back. Insert the clip into the buckle on the right side of the jacket, and pull the strap tight so that the life jacket will feel snug around you. The life jackets are equipped with a whistle and a light to attract attention. The light will be self-activated once in contact with seawater. Please do not tamper or remove them. The life jacket is filled with permanent flotation materials and does not require inflation. If you are unable to reach your stateroom for your life jacket, extra life jackets will be provided by your assembly crew from the storage locations near the lifeboats. In the unlikely event that it is necessary to abandon ship, the order will be given verbally from the bridge, and the lifeboat will already be prepared for boarding on deck 4. The assembly crew is trained to take you in small groups from the assembly station to the lifeboat. Special care will be taken to not break up families. Any questions or requests for additional information should be addressed to any ship officer. The ship is equipped with the most modern satellite distress communications devices that will alert Coast Guard stations and other ships of an emergency. If at any time during your cruise, you require urgent medical attention, you should contact the medical center directly by calling the medical emergency line from any ship phone. The number to dial is 7300. The ship's medical center is located on deck 1, forward, on the port side. The medical center is only accessible via the ship's forward guest elevators. If you require non-urgent medical assistance, you can call the medical center. The number to dial is 71923 from any ship telephone to make an appointment. Should you require non-urgent medical attention outside of operating hours, please contact guest services by dialing 0 from any ship's phone and request a transfer to the duty nurse. We do ask, if you're feeling unwell at any time, that you return to or remain in your stateroom and call the medical center for assistance by dialing 0 for guest services and requesting medical services. On behalf of the captain and crew, we thank you for your attention during this very important guest safety briefing. The briefing is hereby completed, and to our crew, you may now resume all operations and services. This is the officer of the watch speaking from the bridge. We will be leaving the port shortly. We hope you had a wonderful day ashore, and we will be underway to our next port of call shortly. We do expect calm seas and smooth sailing. Thank you for your attention. May I have your attention, please? This is the officer speaking from the bridge. At the end of this announcement, we will be sounding our ship's whistle. We recommend to our guests on the open decks to cover your ears.